Hi, my name is Nachieli, and this video is a tutorial for this koalas in Amigurumi. You can make it with a yarn that is with a low number text. Then he stays small, and then you can make a keychain, or you can do it with thicker text and then have a tiny little stuffed animal. This one I made with a yarn, with this yarn, and the text is 492. And this one I don't have the yarn anymore, so I don't remember the text, but we are going to do one today that is going to look like almost like this one. Is a text pretty close to it. It's I have it in green also, so it's 885 text. This koala is a no sewing needed, so I make him bottom up with no sewing needed. This one I tie a knot. I don't actually sew, so I'm going to show you how to do it. Let's start it. I'm going to start with a magic ring, and I'm going to do 6 single crochet in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I am going to do 6 increases, which means 2 single crochets in each one of the 6. So first one, I'm going to place this yarn here to mark the start. So I made one more in the same stitch, 1 increase. Oops. 1, 2, 2 increases. Then we're going to do this up to the end of the row, and we are going to end up with 12 stitches at the end. Now I want to remind you that in the description below there is the written pattern. English is not my first language, so forgive me if there is any mistakes. I did my best. So now you're on round number 3, and we are going to do 1 single crochet, 1 increase. I did 1 and marked here the first, so 1 by itself, 2 together, 1 single crochet and 1 increase. We're going to do this up to the end of the row, and by the end of it we are going to be left with 18 stitches. 1 single crochet, 1 increase up to the end of the row. 1 single crochet, 2 stitches together in the same base stitch, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. We are now in the end of the row number 3. Now in the row number 4, we are going to do 2 single crochets and 1 increase, which means 2 crochets, single crochets in each stitch of the base, and then 2 stitches together in the same stitch base. So 1, 2, now 1 increase, 2 single crochets, 1 increase, 2 single crochets, 1 increase. We repeat that up to the end. By the end of the row, we are going to be left with 24 stitches. I'm going to finish my row because now it started to be a bit bigger. So for the video not to be so long, I'm going to stop here right now. But we are going to just repeat it, this pattern. 2 single crochets and 1 increase. So now I am at the end of it with 24 stitches. And now we are going to start the 5th row. So I start with 1 single crochet and then I put the marker in. And now we are going to do a bobble stitch. That is the boss. So we're going to do this first bobble stitch and then this part. The bobble stitch is really simple. Just yarn over, take 2, stay with 2. So this is the first loop. We are going to have to do this 3 more times. So this was 2 and now 3 and 4. So we are left with 4 loops in this bobble stitch. Now yarn over and pull through all of them. From now on, you're going to just do back loop only. We are going to do 8 single crochets just with back loop only. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now you're going to do another bobble stitch, taking the 2 loops. So yarn over, pull through, take 2. That's the first one. We need 4. So 2, 3, and 4. Now we yarn over, pull through all of them. And now you're going to take back loops only and do 13 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So by the end of it, we are still with 24 stitches on this row. And for row number 6, we start with 1 single crochet. And I'm going to pass the marker. So it's 17 single crochets. I started with 1. Right here, you gotta be really careful and pay attention that behind this there is 1, behind the bobble stitch there is 1 and 2 stitches here. So we gotta be sure that we are doing them all. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Now we are going to do its little tail that stays behind it. And this one, instead of coming in this hole here, this stitch, we come in the row below, which is right here. Don't know if you can see it right. Instead of coming from here, we are going to start doing the stitch from the bottom, the row below. So it's a normal bobble stitch, but coming from the row below. So start by doing 1, and we are going to do 4 loops again. 2, 3, and 4. Now yarn over, pull through all of them, and then here we go normally doing single crochets. We are going to do now 6 single crochets. I made 1 already after the bobble stitch, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we get the end of the row, we are still left with 24 stitches. Now on the row number 7, we are going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch below. So we are left with 24 stitches, so we are going to do 24 single crochet. I made the first one here, pull through the marker. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. So we did 24 single crochet without making any increase or decrease. So now for it to stand, for it to be able to stand like that, you put it and then it stays. Besides doing this row where we live, where we use just the back loop only, I also like to cut a tiny bit of plastic and put it inside so it can stay standing like this, you know. So you can do the same. Take a little bit piece of plastic and cut it roundly. Doesn't need to be perfect. And then you place inside it. It's a good time to measure. So when I put the filling in, the stuffing, it's going to stand. So I do that and leave it right here. And I'm going to put it back in a bit. So now we were left with 24 stitches on row 7. Now we are going to do row number 8, which is gonna be 2 single crochets and 1 decrease repeatedly. We're going to repeat this pattern: 2 single crochet, decrease, 2 single crochet, decrease. And by the end of it, we are going to be left with 18 stitches. So I made 1 single crochet, Now second one, and then I'm going to do an invisible decrease. You take the two loops, two front loops of the next two stitches and do it in a single crochet. So this is a decrease. So 1, 2, single crochet and 1 decrease. 1, 2 single crochets and 1 decrease. Oh God. So I'm going to repeat this up to the we get here on the marker up to the end of the row, and we are going to be left with 18 stitches. I'm going to do it and I come back. So I finished the row number 8, and now you're going to start the row number 9. And we are going to do now the front bars, the top bars. We start by doing 2 single crochets, the row number 9. So I'm going to do 1 here and pull the marker through. 1, 2 single crochets, and now the bobble stitch with 4 loops. So 1, 2, 3, 4 loops on the bobble stitch. Pull through all of them, and now you're going to do single crochets. I did 1, 2. Attach my bobble stitch, and now I'm going to do 3. So I made 1, 2, 3 single crochets. Oh, actually it's wrong. It's 4. I made 3. I'm going to do a 4th. So 1 bobble stitch, 4 single crochets. Now another bobble stitch. 1 with 4 loops. 2, 3, and 4. Pull through all of them. And now you're going to do 10 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So now we still have 18 stitches in this round, and now I'm going to put it back, the plastic circle we cut, and I'm going to put some stuffing in it. So I stuff it a bit, and now I'm going to do the row number 10. The row number 10 is the pattern is 1 single crochet and 1 decrease repeatedly. So 1, put the marker, 1 single crochet, 1 decrease, 1 single crochet, 1 decrease. We are going to do this up to the end of the row, and by the end of it we are going to be left with 12 stitches in this round. So I did here a decrease, now 1 single crochet and 1 decrease. I'm going to do that up to the end of the row. And now for the next row, the row number 11, we are going to do the same pattern. 1 single crochet, 1 decrease. So here, 1 single crochet, 1 decrease, 1 single crochet, 1 decrease. So we're going to repeat this up to the end of the row, and by the end of it we are going to be left with 8 stitches, and it's going to be really close. So the last two, 1 single crochet and 1 decrease. Now we have 8 single crochet. I'm going to put a little bit more of stuffing. And now you're going to start to make the head. We are here. Now you're going to start to make the head. So this next row, row number 12, we are going to do 1 single crochet, 1 increase. So 1, going to place the marker. We're going to repeat this pattern up to the end of the row. 1 single crochet, 1 increase. We are going to be left with 12 stitches by the end of it. So 1 single crochet, 1 increase, 1 single crochet, 1 increase, 1 single crochet, 1 increase, 2 more, 1 single crochet and 1 increase. So we are here by the end of row number 12 with 12 stitches. And the next one, we are going to do the same pattern. 1 single crochet, 1 increase. And by the end of it, we are going to be left with 18 stitches. So 1 single crochet, 1 increase, 1 single crochet, and 1 increase. I'm going to do this up to the end of the row and the marker. So I got here to the end of it, and now the next row, the row number 14, is going to be 2 single crochets and 1 increase. 2 single crochets and 1 increase. You're going to repeat this pattern up to the end of the row. So 1, I made 1 here, single crochet, 2 single crochets, and now 1 increase. 2 single crochets, 1 increase. By the end of this row, you're going to be left with 24 stitches. I am going to do this up to the end of the row, and we are going to be back here for the row number 15. So now, by the end of row number 14, we have 24 stitches. And now we're going to start the row number 15. And on this row, we are going to do 24 single crochets, which means we are not going to do any increase or decrease. We're just going to do 1 single crochet on top of single crochets. So we are going to do that from row 15 to 19, which means we are going to make 5 rows of 24 stitches without increasing or decreasing. So I made here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, oh my god, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. So 24 stitches. So I made my first row, row 15. Now I'm going to do the row 16 to 19. By the end of it, we're going to have 5 rows of 24 stitches. I'm going to finish mine and then I come back with you on row 20. So I finish all my rows, my 5 rows of 24 stitches. Now you're going to do row 20. In this row we start to decrease. Now you're going to do 2 single crochets, 1, place the marker, and 1 decrease, 2 single crochets, and 1 decrease, 2 single crochets, and 1 decrease. We are going to do this up to the end of the row, and we are going to be left with 18 stitches. I got to the end of my row, the row number 20, with 18 stitches, and now you're going to do the row 21 with, by the end of it, we're going to be left with 12 stitches. So now you're going to do 1 single crochet and 1 decrease, 1 single crochet and 1 decrease. We're going to repeat this pattern up to the end of the row. So I made here 1 single crochet. Now I'm going to decrease, 1 single crochet and 1 decrease. Going to repeat this until the end of the row. 1 decrease, 1 single crochet and 1 decrease, 2 more, 1 single crochet and 1 decrease. We are now left with 12 stitches at the end of this row. And now we are going to place the safety eyes. If you use another kind of eyes, you don't need to put it right now. You can finish, but if you do use safety eyes, we gotta put right now before closing up. So what I do is I place the eyes between the rows 17 and 18. So right here we start the row 12. So I count from here 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18. So between 17 and 18 we place 1 eye. You can put the other one here and make him looking forward, like differently from this one, but I like him looking sideways, like this one. I think it's cuter this way. So I put 1 eye. I place 1 eye in the direction of the spot, and then from here I count 4 stitches. Like this is 1, so I count from here 1, 2, 3, 4, and now I place the second safety eye. The nose, I do it by cutting a piece of felt and gluing. So I like to check how it looks. This is a 10mm eye, so since it's a bit bigger, I think it's going to be better if I put it with 5 stitches different from one another. But this one, it is 4 stitches between them. So you can like mix around to see what works best. So in this one, I think 5 stitches between them. 1, 2. Let me show pretty close. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I think it's better because then I'm going to place the nose here. So since I decided where it's going to be, I'm going to put the safety lock and I'm going to fill it up to the end. So now with the eyes placed and the head fill, we are going to do the last row, which is row 22. We're going to do 6 decreases. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We stay with this tiny little hole that we are going to close now. I'm going to pat my marker here. So I cut the yarn with a small piece of yarn and pull through. Now I take a tapestry needle, and what I'm going to do to close it is I take the front loop only of every 2 stitches, and then I come through with the yarn. So 1, 2, 2 more, and the last 2. Pull through. Now I come to a corner here, like do a loop, pull through. Now I take the needle, come out in some place, pull, cut, and then it's lost in there. So now I am going to paste this with silicone glue, and we are going to do the ears. We are almost there, almost finishing it. Careful to be symmetrical. Now you're going to do the ears. For the ears, we are going to do a magic ring, and we're going to do 6 single crochet in it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 single crochet. Now what we do is we chain 1 and then turn over the work. And now you're going to do from behind here 6 increases, which is 2 single crochet in each stitch below. So 1 increase, 2 increases, 3 increases, 4 increases, 5 increases, and then 6 increases. So now you're going to pull the yarn of the magic ring, and we have a ear ready. So what I do is I cut the yarn here, leaving a tail for it to not tie the knot, and here I pull really hard, and then I take this yarn that is loosened here and I place it between the first two loops here, so it stays one yarn in each of the extremities. Now I'm going to do another ear exactly like this one, and I show you how to put it on the head. So now I did my second ear, and now I'm going to place it on the head. What I do is I count here from the eye 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and then here on the fourth row, on the fourth hole, I am going to place the ear. So it's here is going to be the end of the ear, and then I come counting 1, 2, 3, 4 up, and I come with my needle here. Now I'm going to, you see there's 2 yarns here, so I'm going to take this one and pull through. So now the yarn is here, and there is this other one on this side. So what I do is I tie a knot pretty strongly. I squeeze it pretty hard twice, and now the ear is placed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a tapestry needle and loose these yarns inside the koala. But there you go, you have ears without needing to sew. No sewing ears. So for this part inside, I use the fluffy part of a Velcro, but you can use a piece of felt or some other material you prefer. So I'm going to place it here, and then use silicone glue to paste it right here. I'm going to put the other ear, and then I come back to show you how our koala is ready. So I place the other ear and put the Velcro inside, and now he's done, our koala. So on my Instagram account, there is the written pattern with pictures. So if you want to do it again and you don't want to watch the whole video again, you can, or maybe see in the description the pattern, or go to my Instagram and follow the pattern with the pictures. I have it on Portuguese and in English. It's together. So if you like me to do another tutorial, a specific amigurumi you want, you can leave it out on the comments, or any doubts you have, a question, I will answer. And so that's it for this video. Thank you. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, please. Bye.